calls it his three-legged stool. It is aviation, recreation, and education. And everybody was here today, many with your aviation toys. And I think you all had some great recreation with the beautiful weather and all the activities. And so I want to do that third leg of the stool and talk about education. On February 24th, 2007, we had a young man come to our Young Eagle rally. And he was very eager. He loved aviation. No one in his family did anything with aviation. He was a glider student. He was 14 years old. And by the time he turned 16, he took his tests and became a certified glider pilot. Also, he did solo flight in a powered aircraft. And on his 17th birthday, which I was very honored to be part of the activities, he took his check ride and his oral test and got his certification as a pilot at 17 years old. 2 weeks later, he flew Young Eagles. So in 2.5 years, he went from a Young Eagle to flying Young Eagles. He was a scholarship winner from Copper State and went back to Oshkosh. And that was when he was 14. This past year, he went back as the Cliff Robertson intern recipient and spent the summer at the Air Academy as a counselor. And I don't know, I'm pretty proud of him, so I want you to meet our good friend and a great future pilot. He's already a pilot. You're going to hear a lot about him. Tanner Matheny.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, for those of you who do not have the pleasure, that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting with, my name is Tanner Matheny. I am 17 years old, and I am a member of the AA. I am a licensed pilot in both powered aircraft and glider, and I actually own my own airplane. My dad owns it, and we partner in it, and I actually flew down to the fly-in this morning by myself this morning. On October 17th, I participated in my first EAA fly-in at Glendale Airport as a volunteer pilot. I had the unbelievable experience of giving back to my community what EAA has offered to me. Tonight I feel very privileged to stand before you and share with you what EAA has meant to me and the impact that EAA programs have had on my future in aviation. I'd like to take you back to the year 2007, where it all began, just 2 short years ago. This isn't me. My grandfather discovered a small ad in a newspaper about the Young Eagles. My grandfather knew that I had a passion for aviation and was interested in pursuing flight. And it all took off from there. In 2007, I took my first Young Eagles flight in a Cessna 172. This flight confirmed the fact that I was going to be involved with aviation in my future, and that I was going to be someday a Young Eagle pilot. That year, I applied for and was awarded the EAA Air Academy Scholarship. This scholarship continued to pique my interest in flying, and I quickly became addicted to the Young Eagles program and became a common sighting at every Young Eagles event. And the accommodations weren't bad either. Luckily, they didn't have me mow the lawn. This is Mike, one of my favorite counselors while I was there at the Air Academy. I couldn't turn 16 soon enough to be eligible to apply for the Cliff Robertson Work Experience opportunity. And you guessed it. Little did I know that in just 2 years, I would be Mike. This is a picture of a surprise party that my mom and dad had for me when I found out I was selected for the Cliff Robertson internship. This is me and one of my fellow counselors, also a certified flight instructor. His name's Brandon. He's sitting in the right seat, obviously. And we are flying in a Remos light sport aircraft over Oshkosh. And we're having a great old time flying around. October 17th, 2009 will be a day that I'll never forget. This was my first Young Eagles fly-in as a volunteer pilot. It meant the world to me to be able to give back to a program and the people such as Terry McGonigal. Terry, why don't you stand up for us? Come on, Terry. Give her a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. I'd also like to acknowledge Jim Moss. He has helped me so much through my aviation career as becoming a pilot. So I want to acknowledge him, and I owe the world to Jerry and Jim. All right. It made me exceptionally proud that I was able to be a role model to these children that participated in the event, and those who have inspired me and I've looked up to for so many years. The EAA took a young child that knew that he had an interest in aviation, but needed guidance in order to realize and accomplish his dreams. The EAA has introduced me to flight, exposed me to a group of people who quickly became not only my friends, but my mentors. And they have encouraged me to reach far beyond my perceived abilities. The EAA has also offered me unbelievable developmental opportunities, such as scholarships, internships, and opportunities for volunteerism, such as a volunteer pilot, and to expand my knowledge and skills and enhance my interest in aviation. Most importantly, it demonstrated what a difference opportunity can make in a child's life. Tonight I stand before you and encourage each and every one of you to reach out to today's youth and to develop potential candidates and to share the tremendous joy that we have all experienced through the Experimental Aircraft Association. There are many Tanners out there that just need a little guidance to open their world to aviation. Thank you for all your time this evening. Fly safe.
Now comes your commercial break. As you can see, we really had a magnificent young man, and if he had never applied for the scholarship, we never would have developed together what we have. So please go back to your chapters, go back to your neighbors, go back to your relatives, your nieces, nephews, grandchildren. Get them involved. It's an awesome program, and you just don't know where it's going to take them.